Hey guys, welcome to the D.
No, kid.
You have never been.
What the fuck? All right, nigga. He played some shit on his soundboard. I muted his soundboard. Okay,
Did y'all? But I've been muted his soundboard. Y'all should have been muted it.
that was my fault. That was my mistake. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to the DizzyCast podcast. You know, your one-stop shop for all things DizzyCast and podcast. Today we talking about the definition of friend, cause we all got friends, but the idea of what a real friend is different to everybody. Cause when your mom see you talking to one person that one time in school, oh, what's your little friend? Who your little friend? But you just borrowed that nigga pencil. Or that nigga mad at you because you was talking to his girl. That's...
Now, can I say something about that?
Go ahead.
Wait, let's wait.
I was just doing my little ghetto little intro. I was just doing my little ghetto intro, but let me finish my little ghetto intro. But so it's all different for everybody, because when you a little kid, anybody you meet, that could be a friend. When you grown, that's different. It could be anybody you meet. It could be somebody that you don't consider somebody a friend unless you know them for like 3 years. But before we really get into it, let me talk to my friend. She loves _ Ray 0. How you doing today?
Chilling for real, man. I got my chalky. It's not chocolate milk. It's strawberry milk. Nah, I'm chilling with my kitty cat. She said hi.
That's good. That's good. Tell her she owe me $5. Tamadachi, tell me how you doing.
Doing good.
That's good. Madaka Kurakami, tell me how you doing.
I am doing very well. I'm happy to be here.
That's amazing. Aloe Vera Sauce, how you doing today?
Pretty good, pretty good.
That's good. Now, Aloe, you had something that you wanted to say about the topic today?
Yes. Bro, speaking of parents, bro, okay, I had a friend, right? And I think parents don't really want to think of this is why I say, like, okay, what's the word? Autonomy, right? You know, autonomy, where basically like when you yourself have your own thoughts, feelings, emotions, and you're your own person.
Yes, I think that's
Parents,
the word.
because I don't know what it's exactly about, but you know, it's autonomy. Like that's like the root for it or whatever. And it's like basically you have your own conscience and you lead your own life. And I think parents have this problem with their kids because like you were mentioning when you were doing your little intro of saying that like when you have a friend and like if your friend is introduced to your family will never forget that person. Like they will think that you guys are glue, super glue, stuck together forever. But in reality, it's like this ain't a Hallmark movie. A lot of the time, people outgrow each other, or they just don't get along anymore. Like you don't want to be friends with that person anymore. And I've had that situation happen to me, where I was friends with this one girl, and things was getting rocky with her, and like the friendship was it was off. It just didn't feel the same no more. So we kind of just stopped being cool. And I'm not finna air all her business, but a lot of it was really on her side because she had a lot of fucked up ass, like, you know, just shit going on with herself. And it wasn't anything like dangerous, like, you know, life ending or anything, but it was just, girl, you know, people, you know, when you got them friends where it's just like you don't see yourself being friends with them too much longer because they got too much going on, and yeah. So it's like it was a situation like that, and I'm just like, okay, well, girl, you know, one day I just blocked her, and then we literally like didn't talk since then. It's been like probably, I want to say maybe 5 years, maybe longer, maybe shorter. I don't know. It's been forever, but all I know is my family did not forget about that person for at least, like, I think, shit, until what, 2019, maybe 2018 is when they finally let it go. And mind you, we stopped being friends, like, I want to say sophomore junior year of high school. Like, well, no, sophomore, freshman year. Yeah, so it was very early, and I graduated 2021. So yeah, it's been some years since we talked because we really wasn't even that tight up until I would say 8th grade freshman year. That was our last year being tight, and then it was like up from there, or it was down from there. But bro, my family, my mom be like, "So how your little friend doing? How your friend doing? Bless you."
Thank you.
And I'd be like, "Well, girl, me and her don't really talk no more. Like we're not like that no more. Like we don't really, we're not tight like that right now." And I just know parents just think I don't know why like they can't fathom the thought of your kids moving on from friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it's low key embarrassing though too because it's like it's just I don't it's just like bro. Sometimes it got to the point where I would just lie to my family, just be straight up lie, be like, oh yeah, I seen her do this, that, and the third. Girl, just to like, cause I don't know why, just like elderly people, that's so shady. The elderly people just can't like catch. They don't really, I guess, understand boundaries or catch the hint when you say me and this person not cool no more. It's like that's pretty much saying, bitch, we not friends. Stop asking the question. Like they don't really like understand that. So you kind of just got a lot of old people sometimes. No shade, like
That's true.
That's the same thing you gotta do with relationships. Sometimes, like it's the recent rare occasions. Excuse me, recent rare occasions where like niggas have to kind of like break it to their parents, like, "Hey, bro, me and Shawty, ain't, we ain't like that no more." But this is about friends. So with friends, yeah, nah, I don't know why they don't accept that niggas don't be friends like that no more. Like,
you
I
know
don't know,
what?
like, yeah,
You bring up a good point though. You bring up a good point about breaking up though, because it's kind of like they're breaking up with the friendship too though. Like if you really look at it,
mm,
right? Because like
It's
I
change.
introduced her I introduced her to her mom and her dad, and so my mom became friends with her parents. But I mean, I don't know if they still. I mean, I know they're still Facebook friends, but like they don't talk on the phone or nothing, from what I know. And if I'm being honest, it's like, oh fuck it, oh well, because that's why I don't. That's also a big lesson as to why you shouldn't like. I don't know. There has to be healthy boundaries because attachments can form with third parties in your friend group, and then it gets all messy and dramatic. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's also a thing for parents. I think they don't realize that like it's the kids' friendship, and like yeah, you're being friends with their parents, but please put it in your mind that if the kids aren't friends anymore, then it's like you can still be your own person and be friends with that mom or dad or whatever, but like don't try to force us to get back cool together
Mm-hmm.
because that won't work.
bro. Same thing can happen with friends as well. Like, let's say you're not friends with this dude, but your homie over here still fuck with him. It can still kind of be awkward, and if taken to the extreme, they can choose them over you.
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, nah, I'm not messing with that type of energy. So that's not even a friend. That's more of an acquaintance at that point. No, not even an acquaintance, because you wouldn't even want to fuck with them after that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a nigga at that point, bro.
But
You
Mm-hmm.
know?
also want to say that a lot of times, I'm not going to just say this is only a black parent thing, but I've noticed it mostly in black parents. They'll say they don't need friends, so they're confused when like some things happen with your friends because they haven't had friends in a long
Mm-hmm.
time, so they won't
Oh,
know like how a friendship really supposed to look. Like, and that's
yeah.
and that's very kid mentality if you think about it. Because if you were a little kid, you think somebody your friend just because they go to the same class as you. You think they your friend because you just met them. You think they your friend
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
because they know your name.
Mm,
Unhealthy attachments.
That's a very
Unhealthy
unhealthy
attachments.
attachment. But as a child, you don't know like you don't have like
Yeah.
much of like of a idea of what a real friend even is. So you can't even really get mad at a kid for that because both the kids they both think
But
they're
as an
they're
adult,
friends.
though,
As an adult, that's not healthy. It is also not healthy in the other direction to not think of somebody as your friend unless they've been like known you for like 8 years. If this nigga been like cool with you for like 2 months, You've been hanging out for like a hot minute for 2 months. Y'all know each other. Y'all come to each other's house and shit, hanging out. Fucking y'all like know each other's families and shit. It's been 2 months, and you don't consider that nigga a friend?
Nigga,
Well, I'll say
you're
this though.
weird.
No, I'll say this though. No, I'll say this. That's why open communication is very important because sometimes people just want acquaintances. Like we have our
That's true.
everybody has their own definition of what an acquaintance is and what a friend is and like a best friend. So as long as it's as long as you're having open communication and setting healthy boundaries in the beginning of the partnership relationship, and when you say the word relationship, it doesn't always have to mean romantic. It's just literally anything as a relationship. Like us all together in this podcast, we're all friends. This is a friendship,
Mm-hmm.
which is a form of a relationship. But I just think a lot of people don't have the, I guess,
Intelligent.
idea, the intelligence. They just don't have they don't have a way to think about like how important communication is. Like
That's true.
being able
Yeah.
to communicate, being able to set your boundaries when you first meet somebody. Say, hey, this is what I want from this. I see us as acquaintances. I see us as coworkers, partners, relationship statuses. Like you have to make sure that like you're open with it because when things get blurry because you didn't set any boundaries, then that's when mess can get started.
Yeah.
And I mean, because I've literally seen it happen where people like what Disney Motion Cat was saying. I don't need friends. I don't need you. Like talking about adults who do that. But then they turn around and look. I mean, look at. I'm not. Oh, fuck it, bitch. Cause I just try to be nice. But some of y'all really piss me the fuck off with this shit. Talking about some. Oh, I don't need friends. Or I'm a real one.
I don't need friends. They disappoint me.
But then it's like,
Yeah.
when you say that, like, there's not a single human on this. Yes, there's introverts, but even introverts have friends. And yes, there are some people who don't need friends, but they at least have a family, a companion, a pet. They have somebody, some living thing around them that gives them companionship.
Mm-hmm.
Every human on this planet needs companionship, whether it's
I
in
mean,
family, whether it's in
it's a
friends,
basic
pets.
human thing. Like, I don't
It's
even know
ba-
why niggas be
So
saying that for real.
mm-hmm.
you weird bitches
We
that's
are
like, oh, I don't
social
need friends.
creatures.
It's like, are you sure? Like it's giving me like, where's therapy? Like, it's giving me like, what trust issues, what boundaries were broken from you as a kid, where you just like ended up like this? Like, I hate the people who talk all big and bad, like, oh, I'm a real bitch. I don't need nobody hanging around me. But then it's like, yeah, you a real bitch and you real alone. Like,
Mm-hmm.
let's answer that question.
You real,
You
but
talk
who
about
are you
everybody
real
else's.
to?
On God,
Yeah, like, I hate the whole.
and then you go to Instagram and Twitter talking about some man. I'm so lonely. Like I need me a daddy for type shit. Like I need me a friend type shit. Like what? Huh?
Then people, I'm a real nigga. I'm a real bitch. I'm like, who are you? But if you claim you don't need friends, you don't need nobody around you, then what are you? Being real to yourself, you don't have to announce it. That's not like,
On
bro.
God.
Okay, you want a cookie? You want? I got some animal crackers on my desk. You want some? Cause
Like
Mm-hmm.
it feels like you're telling yourself instead of others. Cause when you come to terms with
they're
yourself,
Oh
trying to
you
God.
know
convince
what you
yourself.
want. Exactly. You're trying to make sure
Uh
that
huh.
everybody knows it, but it's like nobody cares.
Are you trying to convince yourself? Because people like, and this is what I say, and this has nothing to do with the topic, but it relates to what we were just saying though. Like when you see all those niggas flexing guns on Snapchat, or just doing that internet thug shit, it's like real niggas move in silence. Real gangsters, real people who are really about that shit aren't posting on Instagram about it. They're not they're not doing all that shit in public, out loud.
Because I mean, that's literally
No.
logically, you wouldn't do crime
And
shit
you
like
know what's
that.
crazy? How I
Yeah.
don't know how we went. I don't know how, as a society, this country went from having old school style mafia, Italian mob, and gangsters, and Bloods, Crips, yada yada. Right? We've had all of these like gangs, and we know that they move in silence. Now in 2023, and even a little bit in the past, they talk about some. Oh, you gotta fix your shit. Like I'm like,
Shake your
where did
dread, shake your
flexing?
dread.
Mm-hmm.
Where did flexing your street status come from? Who like that? You're not really about it if you have to flex it. We don't care. Like let's just stop that shit right here because it's like we all you're not making it. You must be unsuccessful if you're able to flex it. You must be unsuccessful. Like what you sell a gram a day. That's all you get. Like you're not moving no real money. You're not moving bricks for real if you were able to flex it and nobody's like out for your warrant. Nobody's arresting you because the real big drug lords and all that shit. You don't hear nothing about them. You don't hear a word about them unless you in the inner circle. And you really know them.
Is
But
exactly why I don't listen to drill now.
but
Except for Pop Smoke, I guess.
moving back to the topic though, it's also bad on the other side because I'm flipping it again. It's bad on the other side because a lot of niggas they want to be like seen as sad loner niggas. They be like, oh man, I ain't got no friends really, but they the fucking most popular nigga that you can know. Like they just saying they ain't got no friends so they can get a little bit more attention. But they got good friends.
Same circle of friends in check. On
Or maybe
high.
I have two things about that.
Or you do with
Number
women.
one, it is probably attention seeking. But number two, it could probably be the fact that like all the people that are around them probably just using them or like just hanging around them because everybody else talks about them. Because I've seen that a lot. Where
That's
people
true.
like especially in high school, where it's like people only hang around like it's usually the football players. It's usually them. They're usually the most popular at the school. At least where I'm from, because I'm from the South, so that's what sports and shit. But they usually hype up them and hang around them. And I used to hang around some of them because I had classes with them, and like they don't fuck with each other. Like a lot of these people, like, ooh, that's another thing. That's why I say communication is so important because like I don't know why you even as a teenager, like, yeah, insecurities, yeah, anxiety, like, yeah, I get it, but I feel like you should be in a healthy mindset. If you're like a senior in high school, you're what, 17, sometimes 18, even
Yeah.
You're about to
19.
leave. You don't even got to worry about the high school shit once you get to that point.
Yeah,
Bro.
like, why are you still sitting here trying to, like, it feels like you're grasping for the last bit of, like, oh, I peaked in high school moment.
Like, what?
So that's really what it is. Like, people who like peak in high school where they're just like,
Mm-hmm.
they were popular in high school. Then now that they're like in their 30s, nobody knows who they are. You don't hear anything about them. They probably went to jail. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True.
and it's like, girl, yeah, you was Beyonce in high school, but now you on SoundCloud. Like,
Like for
you
Sean
don't know
Rock in the
people.
streets. Ooh.
Damn.
Bro, but I'm like, yeah, like it's crazy. Like that's why I feel like that's why to know, like, you need to surround yourself because you become the people you surround yourself around.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you hang around people who that's why I hate the phrase what's it called, agree to disagree, because it's like
Yeah.
that only works on the smallest of small things, like when you're having a debate about like a video game or anime or something. But like
Like
when you're debating human rights,
you can't agree
like,
disagree, nigga. Nigga, you're agreeing on disagreeing on niggas' rights. You can't agree to disagree on that, nigga. I just don't fuck with you anymore. I just can't fuck with you
I
no
don't
more.
think black people should have rights, but if you think so, that's perfectly okay. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't think so.
Yeah, me personally, I think you a bitch, and I do not want to associate with you no more. Man, you've been real quiet. This was your top. No, it's not even your topic, but you were the one that picked it. I made Fate choose from this list of topics. Fate
Go ahead.
from this list of topics. So yeah, now Fate gotta speak because she chose
I mean,
this.
I was listening to y'all. Y'all were hitting a hell of a whole lot of different points.
We were hitting a lot of good points, but it's time for you to hit the points. You
got the arrow and bow.
You got to hit the points. You got
target practice.
Fuck the arrow on bow, nigga. Here a gun. There you go. Go ahead, hit it. Auto aim.
wow, isn't there that school shooter that's on TikTok right now?
Damn.
Oh my god.
She about it. She showing her panty. She shaking like jelly.
What? What? Oh no,
Kurt-
no, we're not.
Kurakami
No.
just typed it in the chat. Damn.
Wait, what was? Okay.
Kurakami just typed it in the chat. Okay. Faye, what was you saying? What was you gonna say?
Well, I was thinking. Well, I know the main topic was like what the definition of like
Definition
what a
of
friend
friends.
was like in all of
Yeah.
our eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I could say so much about it because I was also thinking about what you guys were saying earlier. It's like you gotta remember like who your friends and who your acquaintances are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the friends will be there for you like through all your ups and downs, and of course, would hope the feeling would be mutual.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. And then I was thinking back to what you guys were saying about the whole friend thing in high school. It's funny how after you graduate and leave school, it's like so all those damn different like friend groups, nobody like a lot of people end up not even fucking with each other anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. Or some niggas just don't talk randomly. Like it just once you leave school, shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That kind of applied to me when this is embarrassing to say it out loud, bro. But once like I went up to high school and stuff like that, and then COVID hit. Yeah, nah, I ain't talked to none of my middle school friends other than like my girl and like a couple other niggas. That was about it. And a couple other niggas, I mean like 4.
Mm.
Like it
Understandable.
even kind of applies in middle school as well. But I mean, middle school is kind of like, whatever.
Well, for me,
So,
I like
yeah.
after I graduated high school, I only talked to like 1.5 niggas. Like,
And there's
One
nothing
and a
wrong with
half.
that.
ain't
Yeah,
nothing wrong
the
with it.
homie Anthony. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Besides him,
No,
there's like
literally,
half a nigga I speak to.
I have the perfect like story about it, really. So middle school is when I was like open and it came out, right? And it was where I grew up at. I was popular, but mainly because I was like one of 5 gay people, literally. So I had a lot of friends freshman year. Middle school, not really. Middle school, I had probably like. I mean, but I don't think the number really matters. I can't. I'm being dead ass when I say like now I only talk to like 5 of my high school friends at most, and we're all a friends group though. We're all close with each other. But in 8th grade, I probably had like maybe 5 people I really fuck with, and then we all went to different high schools, so we kind of just grew apart. And then freshman year of high school, I was friends with probably fucking 90% of that school. Literally everybody knew who I was, and it was fun. But then sophomore year, that's when you start to notice like I guess people ain't nervous no more. They've been through freshman year. That's usually when you're the most nervous in high school. Then you kind of start showing your true colors. Then junior year hit, and halfway through my junior year is when the pandemic started. When the second semester was about to begin, so that really isolated a lot of my friends list. And then it really just went down to like what senior year graduating. I've been friends with the same 5 people since like the pandemic.
Mm.
Yeah, nah, COVID kind of just ruined a lot of like school social life for niggas. Like bad, bro. Like
But
you would
if I'm
come
being
back to
honest though,
school and then like everybody wouldn't know each other unless you had somebody's number or something.
Mm-hmm.
if I'm being honest though, if you're still cool with the same people pre-COVID and after COVID, that's probably a real friendship because
That's a
guys,
dub.
you gotta think about it. You went at least 2 what it was like 2 consecutive
Yeah,
years,
2 years. Yeah.
2 years without really being able to feel safe outside, and then you come back, and then now it's like y'all regular. It's like yeah, you really did survive. Like your friendship survived. That's why me and my friends are still cool though because it's like
Yeah.
I feel like that really put it to the test.
Yeah. I mean, I can't relate because I graduated before the pandemic, but yeah.
Oh, that's.
Yeah. But Fate's older than me, so don't get on me only, damn it. And then it goes silent. Damn, I guys are just getting on me today.
Who got on you?
Kurkami said I'm an old ass. Why you just laugh? Damn, you older. Somebody echoing.
I don't know.
But yes, that is a good point. But you know, think about it. We kept on talking about friends and shit, but we don't actually talk about to us what the definition of a real friend is. Except Faith. Faith should said that. But for me, a definition of a real friend, nigga that buy me a sandwich.
What?
Yeah.
Or
So
damn. Can I finish? Can I not have? Can I
Go
not have
ahead,
a?
go ahead.
I was gonna. Can I not
Go
pause
ahead,
for
finish.
dramatic effect? Goddamn.
Because I was gonna bring up something ghetto, but go ahead.
Or somebody that's with you for thick and thin. That's been like cool with you, hanging out with you for like a good long ass time. Like I'd say like the good threshold for a good friend, probably like 6 months, something like that. Like you hang out, chill, talk with each other for 6 months. Nigga got your back. You could talk to that nigga about anything and shit. Like yeah, that's a good friend. What you gonna say, Aloe?
1 second.
Oh, okay.
Pick on somebody else for a second.
Dragon, what do you think? I mean, she loves _ Ray. Fuck him. Damn it, Kurkami.
Well, personally, I think my personal definition of friendship is someone who's always willing to listen and understand that no one's perfect. And if you're willing to accept someone for not being perfect, then I feel like that's what makes a friendship as strong as uh, whatever is strong. I don't know. I'm not very smart, so I wouldn't know.
That's actually a good point, though.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
My definition. Oh, I'll go by. I'll say my definition of an acquaintance, which is like the first to me. That's the first level. Is like somebody you know their name. You like y'all see each other every now and then. Maybe y'all just recently met, and you're just getting to know each other. No, it's not really forced, as in like it's not really that type of friendship where it's like, girl, I feel like I've known you for years. It's more of just like this person's cool. They're not a bad person, and I'm chill around them. But you know them for a little bit, and low key, some people can stay in this area. I feel like a lot of people need to realize that some people aren't meant to be fully friends, nowhere near best friends. Some people are just acquaintances, and acquaintances isn't a bad thing. It's just you can't. Some people have an unhealthy attachment, issue with friendships, and to save yourself from that, put people in boundaries, put people on acquaintances. Say, hey, this person, like I know me, I get close with people fast, so in order to not be delulu, act insane, I say, well, this is one of my acquaintances, and I'll introduce them or set that as their label and boundary for me. Then as far as friends, I would say a friend is somebody where it's like you can be as like this. Is why I don't really have like a best friend label. Like it's the best friend label is low key just like a little $5 extra premium bundle from friendship, because it's not really too much that. But basically, a friend to me would be like somebody you can be as like you don't code switch around them. You don't like you're very comfortable with them. You've known them for a hot minute now. It's like like especially like when you're in school, if you've been through a whole class together, survived 2 semesters, or just somebody that you mutually benefit from, not somebody who's leeching off of you. Because there's nothing wrong with being there for somebody, but to call it a friendship, to me, it's a parasocial type of deal where it's like you guys both benefit each other, and they put their all in as much as you put your all in, and time. I will say also a healthy friendship is something that where time or distance doesn't separate you, because it's not unhealthy to outgrow people, but it's unhealthy when you like outgrow people and then have a don't know how to grief it. really, because sometimes some people be like, "Oh, that bitch was fake. Oh, I don't fuck with her," but it's like in reality, you guys just weren't cool anymore. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so
Time.
that's and then like a oh, you good.
I was just gonna say like time, niggas grew apart over time. But you keep on. My fault. I'll just ad
And
libbing.
then I was gonna say a best friend to me would be all of that and then some, because then it's like your best friend's like your best friend done met your family, like, and I'm not just saying your mama, your daddy, your immediate family. I'm talking about girls. Your best friend done been to the cookout. Like they go to the family, get together. They meet everybody, whether it's a reunion, cookout, birthday, somebody like they show up to family events, or even if it's not even like your blood family, whoever you claim family. You know what I mean? When you meet people, they meet your real people. They they also like are display trustworthiness, because I feel like your friends should be trustworthy, but when you trust your best friend a lot more. Like you would give them a lot more than you would give a regular friend. Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a regular friend you can trust them, but you gotta kind of like watch yourself a little bit. But when you got a best friend, it's like, girl, we locked in. Like I know your T, you know my T, and it's that on that. So and then somebody you don't feel like you have to lie to either, because sometimes you be having friends, you be like, oh well, girl, I don't really want to like they'll be asking, do you want to do this, and you got to make up some fake plans so you can get out of it. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
girl, if it's your bestie, you can just tell your bestie, bitch, I'm not going to that shit. Like, bitch, I'm not about to hang out over there. I don't feel like going over there. You know what I mean? Something like that. So that's my definition, personally.
Those are facts. Kurakabi, why you redeem that?
I just chose something. I don't know what I redeemed.
You redeemed rant about something for 5 minutes. I mean, the podcast basically is ranting about some shit for an hour.
Nah, go ahead. Rant about something else.
Can I get
What?
my points
Yeah,
back?
off
then?
topic rant for 5 minutes.
Oh,
No, Dre still owes me. Dre still owes me a fucking 70,000 points, Pikey.
I do owe you
Mhm.
them. But Kurakabi, go ahead and say what you was gonna say.
Can I get my points back then?
Oh fuck! I don't know how to give points. I swear I don't know how to give points. I bet that's a free 2,000. Whatever costs 2,000, you can have that.
How much is the meows?
Fucking hell! Let me look at this. How much is the meows? How much did I make everything? The meows for 10 minutes is 500. So 4 of those would count to for 2,000. But we don't have enough time for 40 minutes. We have enough for 30 minutes though. 30 minutes of meows.
You better meow it up like your life depends on it.
Okay, meow. We gonna meow. I'm gonna meow until like the end of the podcast. Okay, bet meow. But yeah, I think we made a lot of good points. But I also want to make up the point of like going back to like growing away from friends, because like for some people, when do you like consider you grown away from a friend? Because that's different for everybody. Because like when you because like what you can like grow away from a friend from just not talking for a little bit, but of course you can also grow away from a friend while like talking to them, while like being cool with them and shit. I don't know what y'all think. Meow, 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 meow.
Conversations
I
get
call first. I call
stale.
first. I call first. Move.
Damn.
I think it's when it starts to feel like a chore to talk to them. Having a friend shouldn't feel like a chore to deal with. So
Mhm.
if it starts to feel like a hassle to just say hi, then I feel like, oh, it's just time to call it quits.
That's facts.
I would say a the difference, whatever the word is, bitch. Difference. Yeah, the differentiation of growing apart versus just being silent would be the ability to rekindle and bounce back like nothing happened. Like I got friends like from high school where it's like, girl, we might not talk for months, just because there's we really like we don't live in the same state no more, and it's different. But girl, them still my besties. Those are still my girls. Like if they FaceTime me, I'm gonna pick up. If they text me, I'll text back. Like we are still, we still like that. And it's not like it's no animosity, it's no weirdness, it's no chore. It doesn't feel like like what Kirk was saying. It doesn't feel hard to bond with them. But when a friendship is dying, low key, the only friendship. No, okay. I've had two friendships die. I've had like two that I give a fuck about and remember. The first one was that story I was telling y'all in the beginning about that one best friend. That one died in one day. Like I remember just one day I was just like it just all clicked in my head and I was like, oh, I can't be cool with this bitch no more. And I literally just blocked her and moved on. And then the second time would be she was just moving around. Like she moved high schools a lot, and she moved schools a lot in general. And we were cool, and we don't have any beef to this day. But our friendship just would never be the same if we were to rekindle. Like we still could like if she were to text me, it would be very weird because she never texts me. But like I wouldn't have any beef. Like we don't have any type of animosity, but it's kind of just dead. Like it's like, girl, this candle got some water on it. Like you can't light it up no more. Like
Mm-hmm.
just me personally. And and the craziest part about it is both of those friendships. Now that I'm really thinking about it, they both had toxic ass families. They both
Yeah.
had toxic ass families, and it's because I mean I'm just thinking about it. It's like low key. Like, damn. It really be broken. Never mind. Let me. I was gonna say something real shady, but just
Go
let
ahead and
y'all
say
know,
it.
like, if some people are like, there's some people you can't necessarily like give your all to because they 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 kind of just gotta grow up. They gotta be there for themselves and grow out of it in themselves because it's hard to save some. It's hard to save some people. Not
That's
gonna lie,
true.
some people got some. Some people are just stuck. Like they have been born and raised in toxicity, and they are kind of stuck in that. And like, there's a difference between being friends with somebody and then their family starts acting toxic and developing toxicity. Yeah, you should be a real bitch and stick by your friend. But if you meet somebody while they're in toxicity, you're planting a seed in dead soil. You're not gonna grow. You're not. That's the best way to say it. If you meet somebody who's already in a toxic cesspool of fuck shit, you're not gonna grow nothing. That seed is not gonna grow nowhere. It's gonna stay a seedling in the ground. Like you might think you might have the illusion, you might be delusional and think, oh, that's my bestie, that's my bitch, but then it doesn't have any longevity. It's just like a spark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I got on that.
That's facts. For me, that's a very very hard question. I wouldn't know exactly when to say, yeah, this motherfucker ain't a friend no more. For me, it's I'd say it's real cut off or like real like grown apart when I just like forget that the nigga exists for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's like if they're like out of sight, out of mind, if they're really not like talking with you like that much, or like you can't really like think of nothing good about them or nothing, they ain't really like that no more. Cause
Ooh,
been, huh?
you go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna add on to Kurakami. So Kurakami was talking about it being a hassle or a chore, and I know some people out there are like, "Oh, girl, me and my bestie sometimes we get on each other's nerves, and we still keep it tight." And it's like it's just because you have to know in yourself, and you're low key. It all boils down to you have to know in your heart. You have to be able to grow as a person and to know when you need to cut certain people off. You have to be able to stop yourself and you have to be able to view yourself in a third person view and really see yourself as like a mature being who knows what's best for them. Like you just have to grow as your own person, whether it be therapy, counseling, whatever you need to do. You have to be able to see yourself outside of yourself and know what's working for you and what's not working for you. Like low key, sometimes I'll talk to myself as a different person in my head and be like, "But bitch, is this working for you? Like, is this something that you need? Is this something that's going to benefit you? Like, you just kind of you have to be able to have an angel and a devil on your shoulder. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like that. Like, your conscience has to be evolved because you might not always know. Like, sometimes you might have a friend that's like, "Ugh, girl, here go this bitch again," but it's like, is it a toxic friendship, or is this just a friendship that you didn't set boundaries with, and you need to set them now and see if they will accept your boundaries? Because
Mm-hmm.
that's a huge there's a huge difference between, is this friendship toxic, or is it your fault because you didn't set boundaries, so now you have to fix it.
On God.
Like, so that's also another thing, because you might not even know what your boundaries are until low-key stay away from it. If you as yourself are struggling with yourself, stay away from people. Not even like, just low-key, like, I'm not saying freeze yourself off from the world, but don't just keep your mouth closed a little bit. Like, because you might learn a lot just from listening. Because if you are lonely or you have horrible friends your whole life and you don't got no real bitches around you, no real friends you can claim, like, it's probably something you doing. Like, you picking the wrong people, you hanging around with the wrong people. Just kind of like stop moving, stop making friends, and just listen for a second. And you might be either missing somebody that was trying to be your friend in the past, or it could be something where you just might be toxic as hell and you need to work on that shit. Cause
Mm.
it really honestly comes down to you.
Sometimes you the problem, and I've heard it a lot of times. Some people will say like, "Man, I don't got no real friends. Every single people I met, they all like leave me, desert me. They not like real good friends to me. They all treat me like shit." And then you gotta think about like everybody you meet. They say, "Yeah, everybody, all my friends, everybody I had was a friend." At a certain point, that's you. At a certain
You
point, that
pushing
was
them
you.
away. They ain't
Um,
going away from you.
That was your fault. At a
here's a
certain point.
a disclaimer: we are not therapists. We don't got no degrees. Take what you want from this.
I got
And
a
if
high
you end
school
up lonely,
diploma.
girl,
That's a type of degree. Is it? No, it's not. I need to be
it's a
quiet.
diploma. You just said the word.
Shit, I got the degree for pussy eating.
Shut the fuck
You
up.
you're literally
Oh,
12.
my fault. My bad.
I
Yeah, you're
I
right.
got
My
degree
bad.
What
deodorant. There we
degrees
go.
you got?
Uh,
You're not even straight.
wait, who?
You.
Me? Oh my! I'm over here waiting for your response. Like, God.
Meow, meow, meow. I kept on forgetting meows. My fault. That's meow, meow,
Oh
meow, meow,
wow.
meow, meow.
Oh wow. Oh,
Shut the
now
fuck
you got
up.
me out in the next stream, bro. Sorry.
Fine, meow.
All right, you
You know
have been
that's what
knocking on
friends
those
do.
meows. You'll be like 12 meows for the next stream.
I bet meow.
So I feel like friends. I mean, a relationship with a friend, bro, is technically over. For me, yeah, when it feels like a chore talking to them, or like I don't know, like I'm not feeling the vibes no more, bro. Like the energy isn't there. Like if I'm applying energy, the nigga isn't, then it's like, damn, why am I doing this for? But if he's applying the energy, and I'm sitting here like, bro, this is corny. That's a talk through, and if the talk through don't go nowhere, bro, then that's a leave, bro. Sorry, bye bye type shit, bro.
And you know something about, like, you know, uh, talking to friends being a chore. Like, I'm not going to say any names, but we know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, we know.
mm, bitch
Yeah,
ass
no
nigga.
shade. Yeah, no shade. Like, if we're talking about I think we're talking about, like, if you got that one friend in your friend group, and no matter how many people talk to him and try to, or them, and how to help them, and they still keep doing the same shit. Ugh, like, girl, I don't know. Me as a person, it gets me kind of just exhausted and tired because I'm like, I've already grown from that. Like, I've been there, done that. That was high school for me, dealing with people and not cutting them off when I should have. because nowadays I'm just like, I don't, girl, like, which,
And it really
it's
sucks
kind of
because
weird.
like you reminisce about the shit that this nigga could have been, or like the shit that like y'all did before that was so cool, but then you look back now, it's like, oh yeah, nah, this nigga corny, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like get him off.
Like, yeah, and they do them, and it low key, it'll be like, when I say your whole friend group, like if you got like, especially that's why I feel like online friends, like a low key, everybody used to make jokes about like back in the day. They used to make jokes saying, "Ooh, online dating is so cringe," or "Online friends, like you're so lonely," or yada yada yada. But in 2023 now, like everybody's on Discord, everybody's on social media making friends. Like online
And it's basically a
friendships,
common thing. Like, yeah,
they're
niggas just do it
common and
online.
they're real. Like they're genuine. They're genuine friendships and they're real. And
Mm-hmm.
so a lot of the times your online friend groups will be bigger, or at least acquaintances will be bigger than your real life ones. So when I put this in perspective for y'all, when y'all have a friend in your online group that's just like, girl, get it together, and everybody keeps trying to help them, and they keep just doing whatever the fuck they keep fucking up, and it's just like, okay, like, I mean, I'm over it. Like, girl, can we all move on from him, or because that's low key what it is. It's like, and I haven't known this person for as long as everybody else has known them, but girl, yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
y'all can speak on it, cause true, cause Dragon would say, you might reminisce on the memories of that friend and stuff. And sometimes I'm not even gonna lie, like there used to be a point in time when I had some real life friends that I was reminiscing about. I was like, well, damn, like we had some good times, but at the same time, if it was meant to last, it would have lasted.
That's
Yup,
facts.
it would most certainly lasted. And it sucks even more, right? Because I don't know, maybe I'm just an overthinker, but wherever I am in a situation like that with a friend, I'm over here thinking like, yo, so we really cut off. I bet this nigga gonna walk off to like some other group of friends and be all normal, and they gonna experience it. And it's like, oh, yo, it's a cycle, bro. Who gonna stop him or her? Like, who gonna stop
Uh huh.
them?
That's exactly
Mm-hmm.
what it is. You are exactly right. That's the perfect word, cycle, because it continues on. You just because you when you like I know for a 100% fact some of the people I've cut off have been through the same shit in their other friendships, and then they'll be the exact same people Dre was talking about. Let's say all my friendships end up not working out. It'll be exactly that's the person. That's the person right there,
Mm-hmm.
right there.
All my
Uh
friendships
huh.
not working out. Everybody just fake and not real to me. It's like sometimes you gotta look inward on like why that is, but they don't. They don't. They will not. They will not look inward.
Yeah.
And another thing about it is I feel like sometimes some people make it their mission, like they don't know when to quit trying to help somebody. Like if they're not accepting the help, if you can't help somebody who doesn't want it,
Mm-hmm.
they have to want the help. They have to help themselves. They have to put in the effort to get better. When you're just
Even
telling
if they say that
somebody,
they need it. Even if they say that they need
yeah,
it.
no, and yeah, that's what actions speak louder than words. Because then bitches will be like, "Oh, I do need the help," and then y'all will be up in here saying, not you guys, but you know, people listening. They'll be like, "Oh, yeah, my friends, they said that, I want the help. I need you to help me." You know, like, but if you don't see them putting the effort in, and you've tried to teach them ways to put effort in and show them like what they need to do, and they're continuously slacking and lacking, they don't really care about it. They don't really want it, and some of y'all will say, "Oh, well, we're just gonna go on break. We're just gonna stop being friends for a minute. We're just gonna go on break, and we'll, check back in on them later." And I'm not saying it's impossible, but most of the time they won't grow.
That's
Most
true.
of the time, you have those friends where you cut them off for a little bit, but you want to go talk to them again. Then you check on their social media and you see that they're the same person,
Yeah.
or they just got a new group of friends that they doing the same toxic shit with.
Yeah.
And you
It
hear
happens
stuff
a
like
lot.
you might hear something about them. You might hear something about them that you've heard similarly, or it might sound familiar from something they did in the past with you, and it's like,
Yeah.
Girl, just at this point, cut them off.
And it sucks because if you tried to help them, it makes you feel so defeated.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like it
Which
makes
is why,
Like,
yeah.
which is exactly
why?
why, and that's exactly what I was saying. It's on you to cut them off and cleanse yourself of it because you will get wrapped up in it. You'll feel depressed about it. Then you'll blame yourself. And it's like no, like that's not fair because you did as much as you can. And you bring up a good point of saying like yeah, it gets you depressed because it will. But once you've been through it enough times, like once you've had it, if you've been to public school or any type of social groups or any type of sports or something, we've all experienced multiple friendships that were just not meant to be.
Yeah.
So once you've been through enough of those, it's on you to absorb that knowledge and move on from it. Because if you continuously sit there and try to help that same person, it'll never get better. And y'all, for real though, this
Mm.
is another thing. Be watch out for them friend groups. No shade. Like if you what's the word? Like if you're a founding father of a friend group, if y'all was just like, oh, this one of the OG bitches, and you met this one girl, and then she introduced you to her bestie, and he cool, she cool. Everybody starts kumbaya. It's like okay, that's cool. But when you're new to a friend group, them be the biggest snakes. No shade. Them when you're part of a new friend group, like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, and a lot of people say, "Oh, that's just insecurities," but in reality, that's just you gotta watch for yourself because it'll be a whole new group of friends. They'll be like, "Oh, these my new girls, these my new besties." Period. And then you'll find out, like, be friends with them for like a month or two. You'll find out so much shit. You'll know the girl who's talking about everybody else in the friend group, the fake besties, and it's like no, you'll get looped up in it, and then you'll turn into them. Like it's already hard enough for some people to pick one single person that's a good person to be friends with. So sometimes being new in a friend group is like kryptonite for some people.
That's facts.
Hmm.
Like it's like at a certain point, like when you get to like a certain age, it gets extremely hard to make new friends. Like to make new connections and shit. It gets real hard because you used to the old connections you had, but they not like they was. So it's hard for a lot of niggas to move on.
It's it's hard if you're ignorant, and I'm not meaning that in a mean way. I'm not meaning that in a bad mean way. But it's hard to make new friends the older you get if you think that you were supposed to stop learning at 18 years old. Because there's some boomers out there who think that once you turned 18 and you graduated from high school, that's all the learning and growing you needed to do.
Yeah.
And that's not the case at all. If you keep an open mind and know that you don't know everything and that there are people who can benefit you and that you can't always be Mr. or Mrs. or they, them, independent. Once you realize that you can't always be the most independent person in the world and sometimes you do need at least one connection with somebody, that's when you make friends. That's when you reach out to people, when you get into a hobby, when you start joining groups and doing different activities. Some friendships can come out of nowhere. It's also like because if you're constantly out here like searching and not just actually trying to grow, like if you're sitting here on Tinder, Grinder, whatever, and you're looking for hookups or friendships or relationships, you're just gonna meet people who most of the time it doesn't work out. Like let's be real, most of the time those dating apps just don't work out for people.
Mm-hmm.
So, but when you're doing natural things, like when you're just relaxing, when you're just doing something for yourself and not to the benefit of finding someone else, like oh, you start working out at this new gym, you might meet a guy or girl there, or when um you get a new job, you get new hobbies, you start getting into sports. Like you'll meet people and build natural connections because that's how it happens at school. In public school, you sign up for classes, but you don't know who's going to be in those classes. So you're just going just to be in the class, and then you meet friends in that class, and then y'all become close.
That's what I'm saying.
That's literally how it goes. So just take that same mentality and apply it to your adulthood.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of people don't because they'll sit.
Friends will come to you when you're not looking for them.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's very hard for a lot of people to like get through that on the simple fact of like you're forced to go to school. Usually,
You
you're
like it or not, nigga.
whether you like it or not, you gonna go to school. But you ain't forced to go to jail. I mean gym. Fuck I say jail for.
Bugging. Those niggas are
Leave
bugging.
me alone. English ain't my first language.
If you do something wrong, you are forced to go to jail.
I know, but that's not what I was talking about. That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say gym. You're not forced to go to gym.
Do the gym. What is two gym? What is
The
two
gym, go to gym, the gym, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. Fuck.
Booty,
So,
booty.
Okay, Cartman.
whatever. But yeah, you know, you don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to go to like a bar or anything. You don't have to do any of that. So for a lot of people, like if I ain't gotta do it, it ain't really my type of shit. I ain't really gonna do that. Like I ain't got really no reason to do that. Like working out, fuck that. Like just for a chance to meet people, what I'm gonna meet?
Well, that's no. That's not the point. No, the point is
I know what you mean.
do ghetto.
I know what you
do
mean.
stuff for yourself. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was about to say the whole point is you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it like when you go to work out. You're doing it for the betterment of your health, and there might be benefits of a friend on that path.
Mm-hmm.
I have something to say that
Go ahead.
it's slightly off topic of like the current like bullet point you guys are trying to make.
Go ahead.
So I was gonna say that in terms of making friends, people kind of expect or kind of like going into the situation to, expect the best, but it's like, seeing that everyone is not, you know, a like clone of each other. You're not gonna think the same, and I feel like people have to learn that you cannot expect just because you think a certain way that everyone else is also gonna think that certain way, and that can be a pivotal point of making or breaking a potential friendship with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, having predestined expectations is very dangerous for interacting with people in general, socializing, because, like you said, when you have these expectations, oh, things are gonna go great. There might be some like shit. It's like, yes, you should be optimistic, but realize just as much trauma and fuck shit that you got going on inside yourself, they also could possibly have that same exact trauma, or not exact,
Or
exact
more.
trauma, but they could have, yeah, they'll say they could have their own problems and issues going on, and so you have to take it all in. You can't just take a grain out. You can't just take I'm gonna take this one seed out of it. No, you have to take the entire fruit, and you have to be able to deal with it all. So that's why I'm saying you have to be able to like know what you want, know
Mm-hmm.
how your boundaries are set up.
A lot of people don't be setting boundaries or knowing their own boundaries like that.
And a lot of people think that boundaries are for other people, so they think, oh, I'm not gonna do something for somebody else because I'm all about me. And that selfish mindset is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is setting boundaries for yourself. A lot of people, when they hear the word boundaries, they think, oh, it's for other people? Fuck that. I'm like, no, you ignorant, selfish bitch. I'm talking about for you. What are your boundaries? What is something that you know triggers you? What's something that you can't handle?
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some ignorant ass people out there who, when they hear the word boundaries, they instantly think, "Oh, you snowflake, weak ass bitch. I'm not respecting nobody's boundaries. Fuck that shit." It's like you you missed the entire point.
On God.
And people don't understand that like the baseline for boundaries are like common like human decency in terms of respect and not, you know, pushing people beyond what they're comfortable with. Like any person with an active conscience, con, con, I don't know English, uh, but you know, any person would automatically think, is this just too far? Or, is this okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you have a guilty conscience. Like if you know you did something that might break someone's boundaries, you might be thinking like, oh shit, like that was probably really bad. Like you'll start second guessing it. But there are some people out there who, and I hate not to be specific about somebody, but there's some people out there who are like, this is the best example I can give. They don't believe in therapy. They don't believe in counseling. They don't believe in talking with others about stuff. But then they get one diagnosis from when they were in middle school, keep that diagnosis with them, and don't ever get it checked up on, only claim to be handicapped or held back based off of one diagnosis and never continue with the therapy. Their parents didn't take them to therapy. They didn't continue with any other doctor's appointments on it. They kind of just they took, and it's usually with older people. This is usually with like past generations, back in the day, like 1900, and they're usually like, oh, I went to the doctor and they said I was special needs, and then I was like, and then you'll ask them, okay, so any follow ups, any special accommodations, therapy, any, what was the next steps for you? And they're like, oh, that was it. Yeah, I have ADHD, so yeah, that's yeah. Or they'll say learning disability, and I'm like, as
Mm-hmm.
somebody who currently, as somebody who currently has had that and lived with it all 21 years of their life, you it's something that you have to grow with and learn. You don't just get one diagnosis like how I got mine in second grade. And imagine if I stopped there. Imagine if I stopped caring about my mental health, or my parents stopped caring about it in second grade. Like, no. So I hate older people who are like, oh, I was diagnosed with this when I was like 2 years old in 1980. Okay, maybe your parents should have followed up on that. But since you're your own adult, maybe you should as well. Like,
Mm.
oh my, I hate that shit so bad because they'll be the ones to be like, I don't need to respect those boundaries. I can tell you're mental. I know you're disabled. I can tell because you're
I know.
no, because as somebody, when you are disabled, you know when there are other people who are disabled out there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but you know the people who aren't too deep into the disability or spectrum, they're on like the outer ring, they're on like the outer edge of it. But when it benefits them, they try to claim it. Like when you call them out on being willfully ignorant, they'll say, "Oh, what's my disability?" But it's like,
Mm-hmm.
bitch, you're just you are 1 foot in the disability, 1 foot out. Pick what you're gonna be, because it gets really, it's honestly fucked up too. It's really honestly fucked up that some people like claim a disability when it can benefit them. When it's like there are people with these disabilities who have to claim it throughout their whole life because they have no other option. It's who they are. And here you go. You might be a little bit more socially acceptable in the fucked up ass world we live in, and you dip your foot in when you need to.
Mm-hmm. But as we passed an hour. Uh, I want to thank my people from here. I want to get y'all final words. She loves underscore Ray Zero. Final words from you. Meow. Meow meow.
Bugging. Yeah, nah. You need to at least do
You
like
need to
50
leave me the
out.
fuck alone and say
Look,
what you were going to say.
all right. So, hey, bro. Me personally, just be happy with the niggas that you with, bro. Cause you'll never know what happens. Type shit. This kind of goes along with friends, but like, yeah, bro. Like, just be happy with the niggas you got now, bro. Don't be like, oh man, I can't wait for this nigga and not to separate. Just cut it off if you don't want to fucking be with that nigga, bro. Or if you don't want to hang out with that nigga, bro. Same thing goes with relationships. You don't like the nigga, get out, bro. Leave. Don't do some dumb shit and be like, oh, I ain't doing nothing. Yes, you did, cuz. Don't act like that. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm. Uh, Tamadachi, tell me final words, please.
Man, I'm hungry. Anyway,
Nigga, wasn't you making pasta before this?
You made pasta, cuz.
yeah, I made it. I didn't get to eat yet. Anyway, um,
Uh,
you don't, in my opinion, you don't need a whole lot of friends, no big friend group or anything. Just a few good friends is even okay.
Mm-hmm. That's facts. Madaka Kurkami, any final words?
This is to add on to what Tamadachi said. Uh, I you don't need a lot of friends, but kindness is free. And since it's free, don't be afraid to give it out since
That's what
there's
I'm
an
saying.
unlimited amount of it.
That's facts. Aloe vera sauce. Any final words?
If you one of them ignorant, willfully ignorant ass bitches who's listening that I was talking to, you know who the fuck you are, and you know you're willfully ignorant. And I just want you to know that you might be trying to come up with a million reasons as to why I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to you. You know who you are. So for all you bitches out there who claim shit only when it benefits you, yeah, you know where you're going. So
Damn.
I'm done.
Uh,
Oh, but yeah, what Kirk Comey said to be nice though. Be nice, but don't be afraid to not have to sugarcoat something and cuss a bitch out because some of these hoes get right.
Yeah.
Shut up. Shut up.
Oh.
Just kidding.
I need you to be quiet.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, final words from me though. I'm just glad that I have good friends. Get yourself some good friends. Don't try too hard to make some good friends, but get yourself some good friends. It's good to have friends. Don't be a loner ass bitch. Nobody likes that. You think you might seem cool, but no, you're not. You just scaring everybody away. You smell bad. You ain't showered in a few days. Your mother looking at you weird. You kind of disappointed your family. Clean yourself up. God damn it. Okay. I love y'all. Thank all my friends for being here. I hope your mama, auntie, uncle, granddaddy, grandmama. I hope your daddy good this time too. I hope all them good. Go to your nearest TGI Fridays. Go to the bar. Order yourself something nice. Because sometimes people aren't cool enough to go to the regular bar, so they just go to TGI Fridays or Applebee's.
Applebee's is right there.
That's why I said or Applebee's, nigga. Shit. Meow. So go to one of those. And you know what? Maybe you can meet and talk around and talk to people. Watch the sports there. Buffalo Wild Wings. That's a good one too. Okay, I love you. Bye bye. I hope my mic didn't peak that time. I don't think it did.